Sounds like a good idea, man.
Yeah, you know, with hurricanes that kind of move up the coast like that, it's not necessarily a threat of flooding that we're expecting. It's not necessarily making landfall or anything like that, but the winds from a hurricane this large can extend much farther from the center. And a lot of times we get focused on where's the center going to track. It's not going to make landfall, but it is going to bring impacts to especially the Carolinas. So there's tropical storm warnings in effect for most of the North Carolina coast. And then you have tropical storm watches farther north up to the Virginia coast. And this is where winds could gust 35 to 50, maybe up to 60 miles per hour. Again, no direct landfall, but the storm surge will be 1 to 3 feet on average from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, through all of North Carolina, and then up into southeastern Virginia. The Outer Banks could see up to 4 feet of storm surge. Obviously, that's a little bit more, toward the center of where Aaron will be tracking. And there's Hurricane Aaron right now. Again, not expecting this to make landfall. When landfall is defined as the eye crossing an area. So, if the center of the eye crossed, just pretend here, over Miami, that would be landfall in Miami. But the center of the eye is going to stay out in the middle of the Atlantic. It's right now a Category 2 hurricane with winds gusting around 125 miles per hour. Stays a Category 2 tomorrow. As we go through tomorrow, there's Thursday, 1 p.m. Again, 110 mile per hour wind gusts are possible as we go through the next couple of days here. So it maintains its strength. Again, no landfall for North Carolina, but dangerous currents, dangerous surf in those areas. And a couple things we're watching out in the Atlantic. We have 2 disturbances, one near Cape Verde. We have this one here out in the central Atlantic. This one is taking a really similar path to Hurricane Aaron, has about a 60% chance of developing into a new named storm over the next 7 days. And this one has a 30% chance. And we are really kind of in the active period of hurricane season. It peaks September 10th. So no surprise to see the Atlantic coming alive. Back home, it's hot, really hot actually. 102 is the temperature. DBU feels like 104. DFW, same thing. Winds are out of the east, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Dew points, not terrible. It's humid. But it's so hot it almost doesn't even matter. Feels like 107 in Denton, 107 in McKinney. Heat index in Greenville, 105. Fort Worth, 101. Dallas, 104. Terrell, 105. And Canton, 105. The current heat index. Tomorrow, pretty similar heat index values around 105, maybe a little bit higher. So there's a heat advisory for the same areas that have been under one for the last several days. Dallas-Fort Worth area is currently dry, minus, look at this, right over Ray Hubbard. You see that little bit of a shower there just to the southwest of Rockwall. So just some spotty rain. This is that 10% that I feel like a broken record, but we've had 10% in the forecast for the last several days, today included, and this is what that is. It's like a 5 to 10% coverage of just these little pop-ups here or there. You might find yourself under a downpour 1 minute and then sunshine the next. And that will continue for the next few hours. Then we dry out overnight tonight. Tomorrow is a slightly better chance for rain. Now, it's not widespread. It's not a washout. There's no severe weather, but the coverage will be a little bit higher on Wednesday. Scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm early Wednesday morning, so that could have some impact on the commute here or there. That's 7 a.m. Scattered showers and storms push south. We'll try to revamp the atmosphere with some heating and some humidity, and then by the afternoon we'll start to see again the bubble up of some showers and thunderstorms. The coverage right now, about 30% for Wednesday. Temperatures will go down just a little bit, but the humidity stays high. That's why we have that WFAA weather alert day in effect. Tonight, 80 degrees, warm and muggy with light winds. Tomorrow, 97, scattered showers and storms. I'm going 30% coverage. It might be a little bit higher south of the Dallas-Fort Worth area where it's up to 40, but right now for most of North Texas, 30, 97 degrees, heat index up to 106. The red box, that's the WFAA weather alert. We'll go down a little bit in temperature Thursday and Friday, not a lot. Middle 90s right now. Rain chances start to dissipate. For the weekend, dry and hot. For the week after, just a little chance of rain as we get into the middle part of the week. Highs in the middle 90s. There are some signs of a cool down. Not a significant thing, but 90 is going to feel a lot better than 102. And I have that in the forecast next Thursday.
September is on the 14th. Almost there. Yeah,
I
love it. Thanks, Jesse.